So this girl comes up to me extremely rudely. She's like, "You go with that girl, blah, she's so disgusting." She hates this girl. It's actually her old best friend. That's how she knew me, because she'd heard about me. So then I was like, "Bro, what the fuck are you saying? Like, say sorry. That's so disrespectful." Anyways, I bumped into her again 5 minutes later. I was just, talking to a bunch of people, and she just floated towards me. You will notice this happens when you start to feel like more social, when you're more comfortable in yourself. She just appeared in my fucking social circle where I'm telling the story. You know that when you're speaking to a group of people. And I was like, "You again? Get out of here. Unless you apologize, I don't want to see you again." She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you." She instantly folded under the pressure, bro. And you see, this is kind of what happens when you actually know how to be social, when you know how to deal with conflict. Because social skills is such a dumbass concept, bro. Because it's all about, I get it, there's good stuff about it, but I'm more of a results-based guy. Like, I'm not teaching you social skills so that you can just be some philosopher about and grade people's social skills. I just want you to have good mates, bro. I don't care how good your social skills are, honestly. If you have good friends and you have a girl that loves you and you have a great life, then my job is done here, all right? After this girl had insulted me, I actually started having a great chat with her. And then I met this other group of girls she was with. I knew two or three of them, or one or two of them already. And I just found myself hanging out with a group of 6 girls when I couldn't find my friend. I'd gone on a side quest. And even more, the story gets better, but it gets private, okay? Every single guy on the planet who was my age wishes he could have something like that. And maybe 3% of guys can pull off that kind of vibe. You're just walking around and you just feel like the GOAT, bro. I'm Finn. I help young guys become the dream, social guy of, the dream. Fuck, why can't I say this sentence? I help guys become the dream social life, have the dream social life they've always wanted. Only took me 8 tries. But if you're interested in my step-by-step process on how I got there, bro, I do have a course. If you're interested, click the link in the description. Now, I want to tell you this story of something I really struggled with. I could not hold a conversation without panicking. It was so hard. When you're speaking to somebody and there's just no words, you blank, fully blank. I didn't know what to do, so I did what any normal person would do. YouTube, how to avoid awkward silences. You know who I found? Charisma on Command. Oh, he's got 10 million subs or something. He must be good, right? Wrong. I followed his advice. Or just use a conversation. Memorize 3 conversation starters. Like a fucking idiot. Worst advice I've ever heard, by the way. If you ever try and memorize a conversation starter, you're fucking yourself over, alright? It literally, this creator made my social skills 100 times worse. Because all of a sudden I was so panicked about avoiding an awkward silence. When, truthfully, all along, the most social guys don't give a fuck if the conversation goes awkward. I remember that day I went and I was after I watched the video, I was trying to speak to this girl. And in class, before speaking to her, I spent 20 minutes ruminating. Oh, what do I say? I need to memorize these 7 conversation starters. And then I still had the awkward silence. So, look, I'm here because I didn't get the right advice that I needed. I wanted it. I needed it, bro. I was having a horrible time in school. I didn't get one bit of attention, positive attention from a girl. It was just friend zone crap. And none of the guys respected me. I was treated like shit. So that's why I came out here. I became inspired to start this channel. And I ended up doing everything I said I would. Back then, I was just some schizo, psycho, crazy 16-year-old, crazy 15-year-old. I'm going to do all these things. Oh, I'm going to have a great group of friends. Girls are going to be obsessed with me. I'm going to be jacked. I'm going to have a 6-pack. Okay, I don't have the 6-pack right now, but that's for a good reason. I've been bulking. I'm cutting now. I've been bulking for a long ass time because I wanted to have a final, better final product. Anyways, don't mind the side point. I've done everything I fucking said I would. Everything. I'm the man of my dreams from when I was younger. Now I have a new man of my dreams that I'm trying to become because I'm a high achiever. I'm going to keep doing better and better. But I am very proud of myself. I've done pretty much everything I need to do. So the best advice that I could give you is that you need to change your intentions because it's just a decision. Getting into good shape is a decision. I remember some famous guy, the bowl kickboxer, he just said, just start trying. You know that advice when someone says, oh, just be yourself. It's this really simple, like advice. It's really good advice, by the way. It's just that they don't explain what it fucking means. What it means by just start is just agree to yourself. From now on, I'm going to slowly start putting in more and more effort to try and be social, even if it's a small step every day. And over time, in the next 3 months, I'm going to put effort to it. And if I get an invite, I'm going to accept that invite. I'm going to say yes to as many things as possible. And I'm going to put my effort towards becoming more social. That's what it means by just start. Now that you understand that, just start. Even if you need to write it down, just say, honestly, like, keep it to yourself, dude. Never tell anyone about these social skills goals because, I mean, I have a social skills channel and I don't even really speak about it that much. I mean, unless it's with a guy who I know would appreciate it. If it's with, I'm with around girls, bro, I never bring up my channel. Like, rarely, very rarely. Anyways, if you want, just write to yourself in a journal. I'm not happy living this way. I want to meet some people who are on my level. Just whatever you do in this process, make sure you don't say, oh, I want to have friends. You need to say, wait, that's not how I explain it. Don't say, okay, here, I got a better example. Don't say, I'm trying to pull girls. Say, I want a beautiful girl to fall in love with me. Because it's like, it's the exact same thing, but it's not the same thing at all. Wanting a girl to fall in love with you means you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to earn it to become a guy that deserves that. But wanting to pull a girl means you want her to just trip and fall for you. Fuck that first option, trip and fall for you. Fuck that. That's stupid because I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, you don't want to get something that you haven't earned because, the interesting thing I learned, getting jacked is kind of not really fully about getting jacked. It's actually 50% only getting jacked. 50% is your mental belief. 50%, it might even be more, by the way, because when you get jacked, you get the emotion pride. You feel like you've earned it. So, if most of the reason that you're doing actions in the human world is to get an emotional reaction, the best emotional reaction that you want is like pride, that you feel like you've deserved to earn something. When you get something accidentally, you win the lottery, you don't get that same emotional reward. You get just purely dopamine. You don't get the pride. And that's the problem, bro. People underestimate how powerful that emotion of pride is. To feel like you've deserved something, to feel like you've earned something. And I know this is a very complex concept, but remember, when we do our actions, we're looking for an emotional response. When we want to find a girlfriend, we're actually looking for intimacy, by the way, when I say intimacy, I mean like love and maybe sexual gratification, right? Those are two just like kind of emotions. We're not actually looking for the girlfriend. We're looking for the emotional reward that it gives us. Or not a reward, like the emotional response. That's a bit of a complex concept, but I hope maybe it resonated with you. That's all I have to say for today in this video, bro. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.